Then I would suggest that we start. Good afternoon, also from my side. I'm very happy to welcome you to our event Cities and Regions in Focus. And today our spotlight is on Dnipro. We launched this event series starting in June, starting with Kharkiv and then moving on to Kyiv, Mykolaiv, and today Dnipro. We will continue also with events dedicated to another cities and regions next year. And our goal is to create a space for exchange, to give the opportunity for our active stakeholder to present themselves, to exchange, to collaborate, and to learn from each other. And while organizing today's event, focusing on Dnipro, we had a good exchange with the State Chancellery of North Rhine-Westphalia, with Marius Mozifa. Thank you so much for giving us many insights and many contacts. Yes, and my name is Marta Pastuch. I'm from the Secretary of the German Platform for the Reconstruction of Ukraine. And I'm very happy to be today here and happy that you are here. And today's event will be moderated by Constanze Acker. Constanze, please, the floor is yours.
Thanks so much. Доброго дня. Guten Tag. Welcome to everyone. I'm glad to see you all in this call. We'll have a full hour of inputs and inspiration and some exchange following on a voluntary basis if you'd like to stay. We have a variety of speakers with us today who will very briefly present how they engage in the reconstruction of Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. And I can promise you it will be a very quick hour. It will pass by like this. Now, we will have plenty of insights today, and I would like to always kind of switch between 1 to small presentations and then questions or also inputs by the audience. So I will be asking questions not only to presenters, but to you all, as the aim of today's session is really to establish contacts, to get some ideas of what are projects, initiatives, opportunities on the ground in Ukraine, in Germany, focusing on Dnipro. And for me, I would be so happy if you found people to connect, either yourself or to bring in touch with somebody else you know who's engaging or who would like to engage more. That would be my objective for today. We will spend roughly 1 hour with this back and forth. We will look at culture, at business, at city partnerships, at regional partnerships. We will look at humanitarian assistance, so you can really look forward to a wide array of topics and sectors. Now, to understand better who is in the room and what could be common interests, I would kindly like you to participate in a little poll. And I would kindly ask Lena to open the poll. You should see a window opening up on your screens with a question of what thematic area are you working on in Dnipro or the Oblast? And you can just, if possible, if you have a laptop, enter your answer, be it water, be it energy, be it something entirely different, and we can have a little overview of who's in the room. There's a blue button which should say Absenden in German or send in English. And I see the first answers popping in. 3 so far. There will be more. And more are coming. 8 we have now. And you can see wherever something is typed several times, the word will get bigger. Once something is mentioned once, it's rather small. So we have an idea of what people are working on. And that is quite interesting. I see rehabilitation quite often, rehabilitation in infectology, prosthetics, also in the health and rehabilitation sphere, healthcare, and then economic cooperation pops up, governance, integrity and compliance. Then we have town partnership, local authorities, and now more is coming in. Iron and steel, advocacy work, investors, building iron, and so on. That's quite a diverse picture. I will take a screenshot just in case for later. And as you can see, some of you are working in the same sphere or in connected spheres. You can see town partnership and you can see Cologne, Dnipro. So I'd like to invite everyone to put their names and what they're working on also in the chat. You're invited to do that. Of course, you can, you don't have to. Just to start building bridges between yourselves. Speaking of the chat, of course, throughout the event, if you have questions popping up and you don't want to raise your hand immediately, you can always use the chat and also type in comments or questions or requests. All right. And also for all those who didn't see the poll and have already typed in the chat, thank you so much. That's exactly the way it can go as well. Now, I'm great you're from very many sectors and areas because we'll be covering a bit of everything today. And we will have some inputs of 5 minutes each, but also I will give the floor to the general audience, to all of you, to all participants, in case you want to share what you've been working on lately, a project that you want to bring to everyone's attention, for example. Marta has already mentioned that there is a special partnership between the state of North Rhine-Westphalia and the region of Dnipro. And I'm sure it will be mentioned quite often today. And before getting into more detail, I would like to look at all of you and maybe raise your hand if you have already engaged in a project in the framework of this regional partnership, or if you have benefited from it. That would be super interesting to see. I see already 1 hand up, 2 hands up, 5 hands up, even more, 7, 8. Wow, that's a lot. 10. Amazing. So 10 out of 45 people. And I will say a few words, but it also shows me that you have quite some experience and that the partnership is already living quite vibrantly, if not so many people would have raised their hand. And if I may, I think, now the hands are already down again, but Melanie, you raised your hand so quickly and as fast. Maybe you want to share how you engaged in the partnership. Can you see me? I think, or maybe I was doing the hand wrongly. Then I would ask maybe Natalia Velichko, you also raised your hand and you can share. And now I see you back, Melanie Barzante as well. And now she's gone again. Are you still here? Are you with us?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes. You were so quick in raising your hand about the regional partnership. So I thought maybe you can say in 3 words, how are you engaged in it?
Yeah, so we have a city partnership with Dnipro, and we already had meetings together also with the chancellery and also some projects with the funding project we did together. So a lot's happening here.
Great, thank you very much. Yes. And then we had a second hand raised by Pani Natalia, I think. So if you also want to share your experience, you're more than welcome. But if not, I will give the word to Konstantin Iskra. You have also raised your hand. Welcome.
Good afternoon, dobry dzień, guten Tag. I represent the Equitas Humanitarian Cultural Fund. It's registered in Ukraine, and both in Ukraine and in Germany. I'm now in Munich, and our foundation worked a lot with the refugees from Dnipro, directly from Dnipro and Dnipro region. We worked from the beginning, since the beginning of the war in the year 22 and in the year 2014 and 15, we made a lot of documentaries in Dnipro region and other regions. So, and we have some connections with NGOs in Dnipro region, like that.
Thank you very much for sharing. Why was I asking the round? Because we have been invited to say so, and I'm glad to do it, that this partnership is a partnership of solidarity, and it's supposed to be long-lasting. Now for solidarity, but also post-war for cooperation in general in all different spheres. So the idea is to bring it with life from an NGO perspective, for an association perspectives, but also, for example, there's many partnerships now being organized between hospitals in Dnipro region and in North Rhine-Westphalia. And what comes now in the following minutes and in this hour should also give some inspiration of how to fulfill these regional partnerships, and then also city partnerships, as we heard from Cologne, with life. Now, if you're not from North Rhine-Westphalia, don't worry. It will be still relevant and inspiring. Now, having said this, I'm looking at Tim Piepenburg, who's our first input giver for today, here from Engagement Global. And Tim.
Yes, pleasure.
What brings you here today?
Well, I'm here for Engagement Global, and we actually are, especially from the Düsseldorf branch, and we work very closely with the federal state of North Rhine-Westphalia and the state chancellery, and the funding program I'm talking about today is funded by the federal state, and it's implemented by us from the Düsseldorf branch of Engagement Global. And so if you want to have any further information about that, you can always contact us, and we will also help you with applications and further information, also with the networking.
Great, thank you. By the way, we will share the speakers' presentations and hence also their details after this event. So you already know how to get in touch with Tim and then the others. And Tim, you've brought for us today a few examples also of reconstruction efforts that you supported. So I really invite you to share them.
Thank you. Okay, I will share the presentation and give a very brief information about the Düsseldorf branch and the program in general, and then one quick example as well.
Yes, we can see your presentation.
This is right?
Perfect. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so the program is called Reconstruction Projects North Rhine-Westphalia and Petrovsk. And just for a quick overview, I'm giving a very short glance at the Düsseldorf branch and what we do, and also about the people working here, and then get more into detail with the program itself. So at the Düsseldorf branch, we are 11 colleagues, and you see there's some people that are outlined in red boxes. Those are actually the people working with the program. Thomas Klein is outlined in dotted lines because he's working partly for this program, but especially for other programs as well. And there's different branches of what we do. You can see that on the left side. But today we are especially here for the programs we implement for North Rhine-Westphalia and for the State Chancellery. Greetings to Marius Mordzifer as well. And yeah, I'm going to be talking about reconstruction projects North Rhine-Westphalia. Starting for the special features, it was launched in 2023 by the federal state government of North Rhine-Westphalia and especially the state chancellery, and is pretty much an extension and a logical go forward because since February 2023, there's a regional partnership between North Rhine-Westphalia and the Dnipro Oblast. The program goals of this funding program is strengthening civil society and community ties between the two regions, improving living conditions in the oblast, and laying the foundations for post-war reconstruction, as Constanze just mentioned already. And in the sense of the program, the reconstruction is understood as eliminating all war damages and creating the basis for post-war reconstruction. This means the physical infrastructure, but also social, governmental, and cultural structures. Going forward to some of the financing principles, and everything's relevant, especially for the program itself. It's very specific because it aims as municipal and civic non-profit public and charitable actors based in North Rhine-Westphalia, and it's not bound to formal partnerships. This is quite unique because usually we only offer funding programs that either address civic non-profit organizations or municipalities. But in this program, both are actually able to apply for funding. What we also like to say most of the times is it's called reconstruction projects, but in fact it's more small-scale project funding because the funding levels for civic applications is up to 20,000 euros, and for institutions under public law, which also is municipalities, is up to 30,000 euros. The other financing principles are that the own cost contribution rate is 10%, which is quite low for other projects on a comparison. The funding in current year for a maximum project duration until February of the following year. So usually we deal in 1 year cycluses for the funding. And it's not funding of pure humanitarian aid, because we are in the area of international cooperation and development and educational work. We are always dealing in project referencing the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. Now, and the application is quite simple, actually. We have an application form which can be sent to us via email or also analog via regular post. The funding decision of the project that actually will be funded are made following a recommendation or decision by the implementing organization, which is us here at the Düsseldorf branch. And we do speak with the state chancellery because we want to do it in line with specific interests of the state of North Rhine-Westphalia. So there's a very close coordination between Marius Mordzifer and me, especially the state chancellery and Engagement Global in this case. Just wanted to give one quick example because the person following me actually is also in close contact with us in the program and probably will also tell about funding opportunities that he already used. The project example is from Rebuild. The project period was just in May and July 2025. And it was a well project to secure the water supply for the fire department in Mares. Because the initial situation was that after the destruction of the Karkaroff Dam, the fire department no longer had access to water. So for almost 2 years, the emergency personnel had to transport water in canisters along long and dangerous routes, even through the bombarded city to extinguish fires and save lives. This was not only exhausting and the amount of water being able to be transported was lower, but it's also really life-threatening route. So we funded this with around 14,000 euros, and the idea was that there was a well that the police, the fire department could actually load water into their vehicles again. And in addition to the main funding from the state of North Rhine-Westphalia here, the project was also supported by the city of Brühl. It's Marhat's partner city, and in association with Wir in Europa, we in Europe, and a local NGO. Because this is quite specific, in this program, you always need a partner in North Rhine-Westphalia and a partner organization in the oblast itself. So no organization of Ukraine can actually directly apply for funding with us. This is basically the main information I wanted to give in this very short period of time. There's some more slides. I'm just going to go through them quickly because you find the links, you find all the context details, also with Marius Morty for the State Chancellery, and you have our contact infos as well.
Thank you so much, Tim. And we have already one question coming up. Konstantin, I would take your question after the second input, if that's all right with you. So we will do it together. But well noted, I see you. But because Tim already built the bridge to our next speakers, Sasha Lena and Alexandra Bondarenko, I would welcome the two of you and ask you where you're dialing in from. Where's your desk at the moment? Where are you sitting? Sasha.
Yeah, where I'm sitting.
Yes.
At home. For now in Brühl, in the city of Brühl. Unfortunately, I would prefer to sit in Dnipro, even if Brühl is more safe. Dnipro is more nice.
All right. Thank you. And Alexandra, where are you sitting? Where are you dialing in from?
Yeah, I'm in process now of implementing one of our project with Engagement Global. So I just sit in near our delegation and they are waiting when I will do a short speech here. So I'm now in Städte, but I tell a little bit later what we are doing with that delegation.
Very good. That is the keyword. Sasha, I think you're starting out, right? So please tell us, why have you a connection to Tim Biepenberg and why are you here?
Mm-hmm. So first question, because I can see, you can see the presentation now, yeah?
We can see the presentation, yes.
Okay. Yeah, we give you a short overview about some projects which were implemented in the field of rehabilitation and healthcare. Alexandra and I were involved in all the projects, but they have been implemented by different organizations. So it's different examples about twin city partnerships, but also civil society organizations, NGOs, and the majority of them are implemented with help of Engagement Global, especially the North Rhine-Westphalia Dnipropetrovsk program, which Tim presented to us. So we have now several examples what you can do with this nice program. And it's very easy to handle, and team of Engagement Global is really very open to help, so I can recommend to use that program. Yeah, we present 4 projects, and I would like, Alexandra, please, you can start with empowering and networking helpers and mental relaxation rooms.
Yes, I will try to be short because it's very hard to explain in a few minutes. But what's mean that delegation project? We are talking here about people who are very active in the different fields. There's a lot of NGOs and volunteers, people who working in city administration and community administration, which are for that full-scale invasion very, very tired, but they're still very, very strong. So we are working to empower these people, to give them new overview, to give them networking, to give them opportunity and new technique and workshops which can help them to care about themselves and also be multiplicators later in their own community. Therefore, we have now one project with what we're doing with Engagement Global. That's a women delegation about women health and about mental health of society. So we are here in Germany, have a lot of different meetings. We already did yesterday meeting with Mona Neubar. It's very thankful for that opportunity. And I hope we will meet on Thursday with everything with plan, also Engagement Global, and women can also share their idea, their problems and their feeling about this. So if you have any question also later, I'm very open to any contact, to co-organization and so on, and we'll try to put a lot of efforts to empower active people, because that's for now really important, and long time is going, and when you sleeping and living under attacks, under war conditions so long time, it's making something for you, and of course we need empowering for our Ukrainian people. So the second, it was about mental health also, but it's about mental health rooms for the doctors. We had already implement 4 rooms in hospitals in Dnipro region. And we are looking forward to do a new project like this, but also, of course, we understand what is maybe not possible to do in every hospital and maybe not needed in every hospital, but now it's our kind of pilot projects, and we will try to do the best also for the condition of our doctors and our nurses, which are working 24 hours without weekends and with hard pressure from a big amount of patients, and hope that mental health room can allow them to come, to play, to drink tea in a few minutes of calm atmosphere, if I can say what is calm, but at least to have that kind of a peace corner in our regions and city. So I think I finish and open for any question, and Sasha can tell you more about another 2 projects.
Okay, yeah, another project, it's about mental and social rehabilitation of veterans and their families. And it's a good example for different programs which can be used for such thing. We helped with the city of Brühl and Blue Yellow Cross to build a veteran hub in Dnipro. That was the first one, and it was done with support of that Northern Westphalia Dnipro program. And then a second veteran hub in the city Magdalenivka. It's not far away from Dnipro, a bit northwestern direction. And it was done with another program of Engagement Global, Kleinprojektefonds. Maybe some also heard about that. And in Germany, by the city of Klicksbüll, which is not in North Rhine-Westphalia, but in Schleswig-Holstein. Yeah, and that veteran hubs are working both now, and they're working very well. So we already have a new project in that veteran hub in Dnipro about education of veterans. And this is done, implemented also with that NRW Dnipro program and Lebenshilfe, NGO Lebenshilfe. Yeah, and it's all about mental and social rehabilitation. At the end, I would like to tell a little bit more about that in general. But the next project, it's care and rehabilitation of war-wounded people. It's a clinic partnership. It's a program of GIZ, Gesellschaft für internationale Zusammenarbeit. I think I saw Zoya Filipova also in the audience. So If somebody has questions afterwards, the right person is already here, as I saw. And a clinic partnership, it's a program which is focused on knowledge exchange, but also mutual support of clinics. Hospitals, there is a special program for partnerships between German and Ukrainian hospitals. And we're using that with Blue Yellow Cross together, and also with clinics in Cologne and in Dnipro to establish such a partnership. It's about exchange of knowledge. So people from Ukraine, doctors coming to Germany to see here the hospitals, to talk with their colleagues. We also already had several video calls between German and Ukrainian doctors. And a big part of the project is developing of an app which helps patients to be guided through the different steps of rehabilitation. So if they are in hospital, they start to work with that app to understand what options they have later to do rehabilitation, physical rehabilitation, but also mental and social rehabilitation. And such app, it's a connector, for example, also between that hospital and our veteran hub, which are both involved. It's the hospital Meshnikov in Dnipro, and that veteran hub, which I told before, it's also involved in that project. So it's a good example how to connect different projects to reach more impact with our, let's say, funds and efforts.
Yes, thank you, Sasha. It's
let's
exactly. I wanted to say, if you can in half an hour, no, that's wishful
half an hour
thinking,
is
right?
easy, but I think
So important, but half a minute.
Yeah, I will be really quickly.
Thank you.
That last slide is just to put your attention on one fact. You can see here that the kind of pyramid with physical rehabilitation, mental and social rehabilitation. And it should be a symbol that we have a lot of projects in physical rehabilitation and not so much in social rehabilitation. And I would ask everybody who is interested in that field of mental and social rehabilitation to think about projects. We will be glad to assist with our experience because there is a big need to do much more in that field. You can see a lot of people affected and not so many activities. So we have to do much more to ensure that the future of Ukraine will be a bright future with healthy people and healthy society. So sorry for that additional.
Thank you to both of you. And I'm looking into the round. Are there questions to Tim, Sasha, Alexandra, or comments on mental social rehabilitation and funding opportunities? Konstantin, you had lifted your hand before, so now would be the moment.
Yeah, the theme, what Sasha said, is very near to what we do, especially the direction of social rehabilitation, because what we do, it's a human capital engine. It's an AI-based ecosystem to reintegrate the people in normal life, because so it's very interesting for us as well. I would like to contact you after this meeting because what we do, we propose the system to reintegrate the people professionally in business and things like that. It's a big program. We work with two providers from Germany, from San Francisco as well, and we did a lot of avatars to help people to integrate in Germany, Ukrainian refugees to integrate in Germany, but now we are specializing in the direction of reintegration. Because of this, I'm here. So it's a very interesting thing. Okay.
Great, let's talk about that later.
If you give me, please, 5 minutes, because I must take part in another meeting in 20 minutes.
Yes, Konstantin.
Finished tools. I'll do it very, very short and dirty later.
Yeah, yes, please do share what you're working on. Maybe you've already shared the core of it. So maybe one request from the audience or one central message that you want to leave here before you move on.
Okay. It goes about a system which is submitted to AMIF, and Erasmus as well. And we are developing now the system to reintegrate people in Ukraine. We have two instruments. One is Human Capital Engine, and another one is Return and Restart Academy, made especially for this opportunity to work with Dnipro, Kiev, and Lviv. We have partners in these cities, and we align our work with European delegation to Kiev. I'll have a meeting with them in 20 minutes. And Human Capital Recovery Team of European Bank of Reconstruction and Development. So I wanted to tell about this project because we are new in Ukraine. We worked in Germany and in Belgium, teilweise, yes.
All right.
And now we're expanded to Ukraine. And I would like to contact everybody from this meeting today, especially with Sasha and Alexandra, because it's really
Great.
shaped for this aim, like that.
Thank you. Great. Thank you for sharing. Good luck for your meeting.
Thank you very much.
Sasha, I see you raising your hand. Yes.
Yeah, just shortly for Konstantin, but also everybody else. I just shared my contact information in the chat. And who prefers to speak Ukrainian, you can contact Alexandra. Alexandra, I will also share your contact, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, will we?
Amazing.
All right. We'll get the contacts
Yes.
of everybody after the meeting. Super.
Not of everybody agreeing, of course, but you can be sure of that. Okay. Wonderful. I'm moving on. Another way of looking at health from a very different perspective is culture. And that's why we have Andriy Palash with us today. Andriy is tuning in from Dnipro, right?
Yes. I'm based in Dnipro and stay here.
Exactly. And you're representing the organization Kultura Medialna. And you have a lot of examples of German, Ukrainian, but not only cooperation in the sphere of culture. And go ahead, please do share. And please do stick to the 5 minutes. That would be amazing.
Okay, I will try to do it fast. Yeah. So my name is Andriy, and I'm head of NGO Kultura Medialna and director of the Dnipro Center for Contemporary Culture. Our team, Kultura Medialna, is a non-profit organization founded in 2014. We work in field of culture, non-formal education, urban development, media, and contemporary art. Our mission is to foster sustainable cultural development and social change through innovation, collaboration, and critical reflection. And our main projects is Construction Festival and Dnipro Center for Contemporary Culture. And also this year, we initiated the development of cultural strategy for the city of Dnipro, conducting research, strategic sessions, and collaborations with municipality and local communities. And I want to present very shortly our main projects. Dnipro Center for Contemporary Culture is a Ukrainian cultural institution located in revitalization and historical building in the city of the center. We're creating projects which focused on contemporary art research, urban studies, and informal education. It serves as a platform for citizens, cultural projects, and international cooperations. And I think currently our institution, one of the largest institution in Eastern Ukraine. Another our big project is Construction Festival. It's a festival of experimental music and contemporary art that rethinks urban spaces through artistic and sound practices. This festival acts as a bridge between Dnipro and the world, featuring artists from many countries. And since the start of the full-scale invasion, it has evolved into a platform for dialogue on war, geopolitics, culture, and solidarity. And one of the main focuses is international cooperation. Our organization has built a strong network of international partnership with institutions such as Goethe Institute, Institut Français, Czech Center, Pro Helvetia, and the British Council. And one of the examples of what we do or what we did last years, like these collaborations have enabled numerous international projects in Dnipro before the full-scale invasion, but now allow us to continue active work abroad. For example, part of our construction festival in 2022 we organized in Dresden. In 2022 and 2023, we organized exhibitions in Municipal Contemporary Art Gallery Plateau in Ostrava. Also organized residences and platforms and performances in Glasgow with Cryptic organization, and exhibitions with Hospital Field and the University of St. Andrews in the United Kingdom. But like one of the main project for us right now, it's a project which we call Novi Beregi, or in Germany, I think it's New Ufa. We launched this project in 2020-23, and this project focused on Dnipro-Cologne cooperation in art and culture, initiated by our organization and André Erlen and his independent initiative Freichendel Zone. And this project includes research on the current state of cultural organizations in the Dnipro region, study visits for artists, curators, and cultural workers to Cologne and Dnipro, festival in Cologne presenting works by contemporary artists from Dnipro, and developing platform for Ukrainian-German cooperation in art and culture. And I shortly present this platform. This platform for fostering collaboration between cultural initiatives from the Dnipro region and the state of North Rhine-Westphalia. Here you can explore organizations, institutions, initiatives from both regions, as well as grant opportunities and current events in Dnipro, Cologne, and surrounding areas. This platform still in process of developing, but we already presented it in a few conferences. And this platform is the result of partnership between our two organizations. And our mission is to help organizations from Dnipro region and North Rhine-Westphalia find partners, connections, and create joint cultural projects. I think that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Super impressive. Thank you so much for sharing. Andrei, I cannot but wonder, is so many initiatives and projects, what keeps you going? What's your drive to initiate all of these?
Just because we understand that culture is important.
Yes. So simple, so true. Thank you so much for sharing. And before opening the floor, I will make a jump to the business world, I would say. And I would like to invite our next speaker, and now this will be a bit of a cut because she represents the Dnipro Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Dina Sidash, to join us heroically from the train. Thank you so much for making it anyway.
Thank you, colleagues. I'm apologizing for some additional noises here in the train. I hope you hear me well.
We do hear you, yes.
Yes. So my name is Dina Sidash. I'm Vice President of the Dnipro Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We are really the largest regional business association in Ukraine because we unite companies of the largest region in Ukraine and highly industrialized. And we have many successful companies in our region. We are situated in the eastern central part of Ukraine. You can, on this presentation slide, you can see our map of our region. We have also 5 representative offices, and annually we unite additionally 100 companies, and in total we unite 1,100 companies for today. Obviously, I would also tell that in Ukraine, membership in the chamber is not like in Germany. So if there are German companies, you should understand that in Ukraine, we do not have obligatory membership in our chamber, so it is only on a voluntary basis. Today, we are part of World National Chambers Worldwide Network. We are part of National Chambers Network. We are EN Regional Contact Point. It means that you can contact with us through this platform. We also here in Dnipro region are a local point. We have our own initiative, Green Chamber Regional Sustainable and Green Initiative. We also have good relation and strong interaction with our regional authorities. Next slide, please. My colleague helped me assistant. Despite on the war, we still have more than 80 experts in our chamber in total in 5 offices. We also have Ukrainian German cooperation office. That's why we are one of the leading chambers in Ukraine who can assist Ukrainian companies to cooperate with German partners. So that's why you can use us, our chamber. You can contact us, our chamber, if one of you would like to maybe have some new relations with Ukrainian companies to arrange mutual business projects. Despite the war, our companies are working, and since the beginning of the full-scale war, the region has received more than 2,600 businesses from Donetsk, Zaporizhzhia, Luhansk, Kharkiv, Kherson, and Mykolaiv regions, and nearly 2,300 companies remained in our region, and they put some new inspiration to our region, despite that the war is close to our borders of our region, but our companies are still working, and Dnipropetrovsk region still remains, still has significant positions in Ukraine as a leader, and we have about 14.5% of the country's total export and 8.9% of total imports. So we can only give our leadership only to the Kyiv region. So that's why you can see that our companies, our chamber, we are open for any cooperation, and in this cooperation with Northern Rhine-Westphalia region is extremely important because it is inter-regional cooperation. We have a partner chamber there in this region, and we hope to broaden our cooperation with other partners, with new companies, and we are open to all of you if you would like to receive some assistance from us. In this presentation on the following slide, you will find more additional services or a list of competencies or list of our support which you can receive from our chamber if you would like to enter to Ukrainian market or to find partner here in Dnipro. So that's why I open for any questions, any cooperation, and thank you for this really important event for us, our chamber.
Thank you, Dina. Thank you so much. We heard you just well. Great. And before opening the floor, I have one last person I would like to invite to speak. Connecting with us from Städte. So we don't only want to look at the Oblast Center, but also to other places. And I invite Jaroslav Zirkun to share how the reconstruction and efforts, German-Ukrainian-wise, work in Pereshchepine.
Hello, dear colleagues. It's a pleasure to be today together with you. So I'm a mayor of municipality. Actually, we have about 21,000 of citizens, 21 settlements. We are located at the border of Kharkiv and Dnipro region. So we were also impacted a lot by the war because of Russian aggression. Some entities were destroyed on our territory, and we hosted a lot of internally displaced people. You can imagine more than 12% of our citizens, are IDPs, internally displaced people, and we are working always in order to satisfy their needs. And this is why, international relationship and partnership are very important for us because we need to satisfy all special needs for some people who escaped from the hard territories of war. And this is why actually it is a pleasure for me also during this meeting to see a lot of representatives from GIZ program because during this and previous years then this organization started cooperation with us and realized a lot of projects and gave us a very huge support for our citizens and in order to realize to implement different projects. So thanks to GIZ, we built a new hospital, and it was some revolution of providing healthcare in our territories and in neighbor municipalities. It cost about 1.5 million euro. This is a huge money for my municipality because can you imagine we have the local budget per year about 4 million euro. So this is just one project cost like half of our local budget per year. For us, this is a good result of investments activities and a good partnership. We were also happy to host representatives from the embassy from Germany in Kiev. They made a very funny and a nice movie about the cooperation between our municipalities and German citizens and the support which gave us taxpayers from Germany. It was some journalists which made movie in a very funny and interesting way for youngsters. It is very good also result of showing this value of international cooperation. Actually, during last years, we started cooperation with Netherlands, Slovenia, Italy, Germany, and we also working in order to implement different projects in the field of administrative services. Also, thanks to Unity Europe and GIZ, we create a lot of different points which can provide on the territory of Center for Providing Administrative Services. We are supporting a lot of IDPs by providing them about 700 services. Can you imagine when people can escape from the war and in our Center for Providing Administrative Services making quite any essential and necessary document for them, because then they can lose all the documents for living, starting from the passport ID and so on. And all these services we can provide for them on our municipality. And I'm taking part in different conferences. During 2 last years, I was in different countries during Ukraine Recovery Conference in Berlin, in Rome, in Slovenia, and different conferences. I'm always talking about the importance of this cooperation, the importance of partnership. During this year, during the Ukraine Recovery Conference, we signed memorandum for cooperation with our municipality and Capaci in Sicily, in Italy. and we would like to provide some hospital and medical support for our children. They can have some psychological rehabilitation in Italy, and we really value all these supports, even by cooperation with Germany. During the Ukraine Recovery Conference in Berlin, we started cooperation with some municipality in Germany, and I think maybe this year or maybe at the start of next year, we will sign also some memorandum. We are trying to sign 4 memorandum of some agreement in order to cooperate one country, one project, or no,
Yes.
one municipality, international municipality, one project. And it is very valuable because together with Slovenian partners, we are working in the waste management field, together with the German partners in healthcare, together with Netherlands by providing services for firefighters, volunteers. It's very interesting. With the Italian municipality,
Yes.
we are working in order to support our children. This is why it's very valuable. And in order to make it better and quickly, reconstruction in Ukraine, not at the end of the war, but during the war, because we need to support our citizens and children right now. This is why we are
Yes.
working right now for this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jaroslav. I'm telling everyone I will be doing this until 3:05 because I want to open the floor if there's questions, and I see one in the chat. I will state that in a moment. But also if you have one connection or one question that you want to share with the whole group, please feel free to raise your hand. Meanwhile, Jaroslav, could you state in the chat the German municipalities you will be cooperating with or are cooperating with already? You mentioned new partnerships, and there was a question in the chat. And then I would like to give the floor to Hanna Gigwitsky, please.
Thank you, and thank you, dear colleagues, for presenting. It was very interesting, and I like this format of having very different spheres to join. I don't have a question particularly. I would just, if I may, very briefly present what we are doing and maybe ask if anybody here is interested in joining efforts. So my name is Hanna, I work for Caritas. I'm based in Kiev, and I'm here with my colleague Artur, who is working for Caritas Ukraine. He's also based in Kiev, and we cooperate with more than 50 centers locally, and one of this is Caritas Donetsk in Dnipro. They evacuated in 2014 and ever since have founded their organization or have localized in the city of Dnipro, but they also work in the whole oblast with social and humanitarian work. But I would like to stress the social dimension of the local Caritas because since several years, 2020, they are funded by a BMZ sponsored project, the Ministry for Social Cooperation and Development. And they do mainly home care services and also advocacy work. So I would like, if it's okay, to have Artur, my colleague, very, very briefly explain the advocacy part, because maybe someone here might be interested in joining the political dimension of social services in Dnipro and the region. If that's okay for you, Constanze, then
sure.
Thank you. I think Artur should be here.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, Artur. Keep it short, please, but great that you're here.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so I'm a project manager of BMZ-funded project named Advocacy for Sustainable Social Services. So we are working in 5 local Caritas, including Caritas Donetsk. Yes, and Caritas Donetsk is implementing various projects. including our BMZ-funded project. The aim of our project is to make a system of social services in Ukraine more sustainable. We are advocating for changes in national legislation. We are changing system of financing of social services and to make it like more beneficiary oriented. And Caritas Donetsk is aiming also at local level to implement changes which is implemented at national legislation, yes. But also a part of this project, Caritas Donetsk is implementing livelihood projects. Inter alia, it's Project Remarket, funded by Caritas Switzerland. Also, it's implementing 2 home care projects. One is BMZ funded, other is funded by Caritas Germany. It's implemented projects funded by national authorities in Ukraine. Implements projects funded by UNICEF, but by UHF, especially now in where winter is coming. Yes, there is big project funded by UHF preparing for winter. Yes, overall it has kind of 100 employees in Caritas Donetsk, which are working in different projects. Of course, they are not all 100% employed, but overall number is 100. Yes, so like this.
Thank you so much.